Yeah, we back from the trip. Sorry for not uploading, but overall the trip was wonderful. But there was one day I was real somber, due to some of the conversations I was having with my family and my nana. And so, and North Carolina is fucking beautiful, by the way. We her house is in the Smoky Mountains, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I just want to. This was my journal entry from that day. Was look at this fucking pimple on my nose. But this is I don't have the actual my journal with me, so I have to go based off a picture I sent Julianne. So this is kind of what I wrote, and this was on 7/24. Whatever, what day is that? That's fucking. This is on Friday. I wrote this, right? I was born to be the answer to my family's problems, my nana's uncertainty, my parents' financial stress, my sister's loneliness, yet I hide away in the basement, pretending I'm asleep. I let the days pass rather than taking them by the reins. My mother almost died in the beginning of this year, and you would expect that was going to be my wake up call. However, this is the first time I've spoken to my Nana in 6 months. How will I heal my family? How will I bear their burden on my shoulders? My parents said to me, "You have the brains to do anything, so don't waste it." On the ride up, they said that. It is seemingly it is seemingly decaying at my own hands because I bear no fruit. All of my efforts are in vain. I fear my Nana will die before I can buy her the home she deserves. My parents will retire and begin pinching pennies before I achieve success. This is a race against time, but I'm still watching the days pass. Where is my sense of urgency? I want to purchase a gorgeous multi-million dollar property for my parents. I want to pay for them to retire. I want to give them money so they can travel wherever they want, whenever they want to. My father has worked a long 30 years. Um, I want all of this, but my behavior shows otherwise. My parents have worked so hard, and all they have is a leech of a son who lets his brain wither away, a son that can't live up to the purpose he was born with. Right, like that was what I was feeling, and the reason I was feeling like that, and we'll get into other stuff, is because like the night before, I believe Thursday night, I had like an hour long conversation with my nana, and she was just talking about a lot of this uncertainty she was feeling because so my nana lives with her friend, and she's lived with her friend for like 20 years. But they kind of split up, not like split up. They just stopped living together. My nana started living alone in Florida, but then now they're back, you know. And that friend has a gorgeous $1 million property on the Smoky Mountains. I'll include picture here, but of like for the view from the backyard. And so my nana spends like two to three seasons of the year over in North Carolina, right? But she was telling me a lot of this uncertainty of like wanting to sell her house over in Florida because she has no need for it. There's not community there, and like wanting to like sell that house and take all the equity and give it to her grandchildren. I was like, dude, I don't no, you need that money. Like, don't you know? And she was just talking about like this issue with she can't really afford a property where she wants to, but she doesn't want to be alone, but then she doesn't like to be just like kind of a passerby in someone's house. Like she feels kind of leechy just being in someone's like in a even if it's her own room, even if she's welcomed, like she doesn't like that feeling. And so that like just made me feel awful. I'm like, my nana's 86, and like that's part of the dream I've had, to take care of my family in that way, right? So there's that. And then the following day, like I was talking to my parents about it, and they were just like, we don't have the means to like buy multiple properties, and like my dad's gonna retire next year, but he's like, I don't want to retire and like be pinching for nickels or whatever, like counting nickels. Like he's like, I don't want to live like that. And so it's like the fact that he even has to think about that, the fact like that he can live, like, yeah, he might live like that even though they work so hard, and all of that just like made me feel so worthless. Like, and it had nothing to do with me, but it just made me feel like such a piece of shit. Because it's like, dude, there is some sort of urgency I have with the things I'm doing, right? Because this is what I want them to not worry, right? And so when I sent that to Julianne, because I didn't talk to her and I sent it to her, and she was just kind of like, you know, there's more to life than you buying them things and purchasing them things, and like you spending time with them means more to them than anything that you've listed. And she was talking about how our therapist told her a few weeks ago that Julianne, she thinks of herself as the fixer of the family, and always worrying about the family and all this stuff, and her therapist told her like that nobody asked her to burden herself with any of those things. Like her grandmother just wants her to be a granddaughter. Her parents just want her to be their daughter, right? Her sister just wants her to be her sister, right? And so And then she talked about how money seems to be playing a big role in all this, and I'm taking away like what is human interaction. And I agree with a lot of what she's saying, that a lot of it is me just spending time with them, and it means the world to them. And at the same time, and I also understand that nobody's burdened me with these thoughts. No one has told me that I have to fix the family. No one has told me that I've done these things. But if I don't, who will? Like I have to take on this responsibility, because if I don't, then my children will. Then my children's children will. Someone's got to take the fucking burden. Someone's got to bear themselves with this burden. And it's once again, it's not about money, right? Because I also bear spiritual burdens and emotional burdens and healing generational trauma. Like even something as simple as me being able to let my dad cry, me being able to let my dad talk about his feelings in a safe way where he doesn't feel like he's in trouble. That is what I'm talking about. That's some shit. I'm taking it upon me to do that. Because if I acted the way he did, then my son's gonna act the way I am, right? It's that type of shit. It's making sure my parents understand my sister, making sure my nana understands my sister, protecting people, and helping my family get to that next level of spiritual development, help them grow, help them see the wrongs of what they were taught throughout their life, and then me still learning from them in a lot of ways. But there's that. But even beyond that, yes, there's a financial thing where it's like, dude, I never worried for money. It wasn't like that. I live in a middle class, but I don't want my children to have to do what I'm doing, which is to feel this burden, right? I want my children to go do creative endeavors, go do whatever the fuck you want, go build something. If you want to go build, do all these things, but you don't feel like you have to, right? Like, and I'm not. My parents are no means fit. My parents have worked very hard to give me put me in this position, right? They've worked very hard, but now it's up to me to take position they put me in and get our family to a position where nobody has to worry no more. Wherever it's not like kumbaya. There's still gonna be deaths and there's still gonna be other things to worry about. But I'm talking about worrying about money, just and giving people freedom and saying, "Here, you deserve this. Go live your life out." That's my dream. And so I think Julianne understood that, because once again, like I'm burdening myself with this, because if I don't, someone's in my lineage is gonna burden themselves with this fucking thing, right? It's like, yeah, but spending time with my family is should be the most important. With my nana and her, she's 86, she's getting old, right? But once again, one of the reasons I can't spend time with them is because I'm at this job. It's because my parents are at a job. It's because my nana's far away. We have to travel to her. That that would not exist when I get to where I want to get to. I wouldn't need to be. I would not need to have to be somewhere. I could be with them. I would open up the space to be with my family. So, yeah, dude, I was really somber, and I just was drinking because I was like, fuck, man, I need some urgency. I need to lock the fuck in, you know, and on top of that, it feels like, and I started to write a journal entry for this, but it feels like the discipline of my father, the vitality of my papa, the tough love of my grandfather. I've kind of demonized all of that, partially due to just the stigmatization of masculine features and masculine behavior in today's society, and I've internalized that, and I've thought I can get away with a lot of feminine features, but it's not to say this is not man or woman. This is just with more feminine features of listening and empathy and understanding, compassion, and all these things that I still I'm missing the yin to my yang. I gotta not demonize these parts that are disciplined, these parts that give myself the tough love, these parts that feel purposeful, that have a sense of urgency, these parts that are like, we gotta get this shit done, these parts that burden themselves with that purpose. And so I gotta combine these two things, yin and yang. But anyways, I could talk forever, but it's been a short video. I'm glad to be back. It was a beautiful vacation. I might include photos. I might be too lazy. I'll include the photo as a thumbnail. That's what I'll do. But you guys see it in the thumbnail. But 10-4. Guys, girls, gays, queers, them, these, are all. Everyone, anyone. And look at this canker sore. Freaking hurts so bad. See, Anyhow, everyone, have a blessed rest of your Monday. I'll catch you guys on a beautiful Tuesday.